Everybody marked down responsible E. Maya Lorick has finished. She was the first one. Let's give her 2 snaps, 1, 2. She had 2 very high quality sentences. Excellent, good. Mark down responsible B. Makes sense. Panther's pause. Good. Okay. If you had a star on your paper, could you please stand? Your sentences were so juicy, and in a loud, proud voice, I'd like you to share. Patrick.
For precision.
Position. What's possessions?
Oh.
Patrick just learned these words today, so he's doing a good job. Go ahead.
For possession, I put the book is Jonathan's favorite possession because he bought it with his own money.
Make sense?
Yep.
2 snaps, 1, 2. Okay, go ahead, Gerald.
Okay, elucidate. After Mr. Garza handed out the homework assignment, he elucidated on the problems he didn't teach the class.
2 claps, 1, 2. Yes, Maya.
For scrutinize, I said Madison scrutinized the snow globe amazed that the snowman had danced.
2 stops, 1, 2. And Luis Bear.
For venture, they decided to take a risk and ventured into the dark, foggy woods to save the princess.
Ooh. 2 snaps, 1, 2. And Shania.
For possession, the book is Jonathan's possession because they have been loving his family for years.
2 stops, 1, 2. All right, before we turn these in, I'd like you guys to talk with your partner. Tell them one way you're going to weave in these words into your language today. So, for example, I could tell Maya, if I have a quandary, I will raise my hand. Okay? So turn and talk to your partner and say one way you will use one of our new words. Go ahead.
I'll read it before I actually take it so I can scan it so I know what it's
I will be very keen. He's going to stay there, but it's okay. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Dun, da, 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 dun. We are going to pass these down to the end of our row in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Boys and girls, I just realized there's something that we really need to do right now. We need to celebrate good scores. Come on. Maya, Luis, Savannah, Romaro, Jamal. Go ahead and see if there's anything underneath your chair. All right, let's track Maya.
Tariq got 100% on volume and surface area.
2 snaps, 1, 2. Jamal. Yes, go ahead.
Jamal improved his math interim by 7%. He is now proficient.
Nice, Jamal. 2 claps, 1, 2. Romaro. Okay, Savannah.
Marquette is proficient.
Loud and proud, Savannah.
Marquette is proficient on math, all 3.
And Romaro.
They improved every instrument. She has gotten 30% points. She has 80%.
She improved 30 percentage points from the first interim to the last in room. It's amazing. And Jamal.
Charlie is a data whiz. He scored 100 on central
Tendency.
and got a 77% on the math interview.
Great. 2 snaps. 1, 2. All right, we are going to get started with the do now for today's reading lesson. We're going to keep having chances to celebrate these really awesome scores. As soon as you get this, please start your do now. And those of you who just stood up and shared with the class, please mark down a responsible E for using loud, proud voices. And Maya and Deja, I saw you congratulating each other. Mark down a responsible S. Yes, it is the 20th. Mark down a responsible I in this room. You're all on task. I see Savannah's entire row marking up the poem. That's perfect. Deanna's circling clue words for similes. Good job. Is this yours? You're welcome. There's somebody who's working on this. You're doing a very good job already. Mark down a responsible E. This is exactly how we should be right now. Good. Very smart. Look at how she circled the simile, the word like, and knows exactly what it is. You should do that too. All right, I'd like a volunteer to read this poem, and then we're going to see if anybody else can read it in a loud, proud voice as well. Joey, go ahead.
We have tomorrow right before us like a flame. Yesterday a night gone thing, a sundown thing. And gone today, world arch above the road came. We march.
We march. All right, Zachy Bear, try it.
We have tomorrow right before us like a flame. Yesterday a night gone thing, a sundown thing. And dawn today, broad arch above the road we came. We march.
Excellent. So what did you say that this poem was mainly about? I saw Luis write something down in his box, and all of Shania's row has something written in their box. What did you say, Marquette?
I said how we have our whole lives ahead of us.
Our whole lives ahead of us. Excellent. And which line made you realize that?
The first stanza, I said we have tomorrow right before us.
2 snaps, 1, 2. Okay, to answer the last question, 2 brains are better than 1.
Let me show you what I've done.
Go ahead.
I got B because it did not say any metaphor. They used similes because it said like and metaphors doesn't have like or as. So it does not use a metaphor. It only uses similes.
Where do you agree with him?
I don't know. That one was like
This is really hard. Because so yesterday, a night gone thing.
Oh no, it's
What is that? Is yesterday a night gone thing? Is that a metaphor?
Wait, no, that is a metaphor.
How do you know that that's a metaphor?
Huh?
How do you know that that's a metaphor?
Because that's not a metaphor. It said like and as.
No, a simile says like or as. A metaphor just says like you are a rock.
Oh yeah. So
If this is saying yesterday, a night gone thing, a sundown name.
it has to be A because it calls it similar.
They use a simile. It says light right there.
Like he does have hope for the future. That's one of the main reasons he wrote the poem.
Good. Okay, Maya is on to something great. Maya, how did you figure out your answer?
I figured out it was D because the whole reason he wrote the poem is that he is
Hopeful about the future. So this is saying the poet is not hopeful about the future. So that is not a part of the poem. Awesome. So these used a lot of which two types of figurative language that we've been practicing. Which two have we been practicing? Deanna's so excited about this. Shania.
We've been practicing similes and metaphors.
Similes and metaphors. All right. Well, Jamal, Romaro, hit it. What am I about to do?
Teach us something new!
All right, let's read this together. It's a mouthful. Students will be able to
Define and identify examples of personification and explain what is being personified in order to make inferences about the main idea, meaning of the poem.
Well, let's get ready to get started. Turn to the next page on your paper so you'll be immediately ready to come back to your seats. And UMD! Oh, UMD! UMD! We're all for you!
We're all for you! Set them straight!
And I need you to be on task. So mark down the responsible I and get right back to doing it right back. MD! Never quit! In Maryland, in Maryland!
When it gets hard, we persevere! We persevere! UMD! 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 We're all for you! We're all for you!
Fired up!
Fired up!
Ready to go!
Ready to go! Oh, 1, oh, 2, oh, 1, 2, 3, this is the way. Hey, we start the day. Hey, we get the knowledge. Hey, to go to college. Hey, we don't stop there. Hey, or anywhere. Hey, this is the way. Hey, we start the day. Hey.
Ooh, Patrick, do the right thing right away. Thank you. All right, UMD, nice job. Give yourself a quick pat on the back. Okay, so we have been talking about metaphors and similes, which are two, Jamal, types of figurative language that poets use when they are really working to create a poem that we can understand and enjoy. So I'm going to teach you another one of those strategies, but all along I want to remind you of what is the main thing that we're always doing as poetry readers. We're asking the question,
What is the poem about?
perfect. So we know that poets use figurative language. They use similes. For example, today we are like superstars showing what we know. Or right now my heart is a drum beating nervously in my chest. But we also can learn about something called personification. What word do you hear when I say personification? Let's all say it. Person, right? So if an author is writing a poem about an object or a thing, they often use personification and they describe something as though it is a person. So listen to this example that talks about time and think, what is time doing that a person does? The time slowly crawled by as we got closer to the end of the day. What is the time doing that a person does? Show me. Just show me. Crawling. Can time really crawl?
No.
No, of course not. But If we say that time's crawling, it means that time's moving very slowly. And the person is probably super bored if they said that, okay? So we're going to look at a poem right now that the entire poem uses personification. And we know that some poets use this technique. So listen to this poem, just the first go around, let it soak in, and then I'm going to read it a second time. The Sky is Low by Emily Dickinson. The sky is low. Patrick, look at me. Thank you. The clouds are mean. A traveling flake of snow across a barn or through a rut debates if it will go. A narrow wind complains all day how someone treated him. Nature, like us, is sometimes caught without her diadem. This word means crown, so nature's caught without her crown. So I'm going to read the first stanza again, and I'm going to ask myself, what are the two objects that are being personified? And personified means that it's described like a person. Okay, so here we go. The sky is low. The clouds are mean. So if something's mean, it's angry, and I have to think of a cloud. The clouds are dark and gray and bleh, okay? And if it's like someone's mean, they don't want to be messed with, okay? So here's another one. A traveling flake of snow across a barn or through a rut debates if it will go. So the human trait or characteristic is to debate. So like Obama, for example, debates against Mitt Romney or Newt Gingrich, exactly, or Rick Santorum, and they go back and forth of what their opinion is about health care. So adults debate all the time, right? But can a snowflake debate? No. They could bump each other. They can go, when I thought about it, they go back and forth through the sky like it's falling. Should I go this way? Should I go that way? So listen to this next one. You guys are going to be thinking, how is this described as a person? Okay? A narrow wind complains all day how someone treated him. Nature, like us, is sometimes caught without her diadem. So if you're green, talk to red, orange. If you're blue, talk to purple. What is the wind doing that a human does? Go ahead.
They're complaining.
Patrick, go over.
Complaining that the wind can't really complain. Yes. What's the word that a human does? Okay. Like it describes the wind.
He described how the wind
You cannot complain.
Exactly. Perfect. Okay. So, boys and girls, what did you say? A narrow panther's paws. Panther's paws. Okay. So, what did you say that wind does? Heaven. What? Does someone want to help her out? Ibrahim? The wind complains. Perfect. And so what would that mean if the wind was complaining? Yes?
It makes like sounds, it blows everywhere.
Blows everywhere. Maybe it blows other things over. Yeah. Perfect. And then nature without a crown. So I was thinking of you guys, like if when Malachi comes to school without his belt, it's like as soon as he walks in that door, he's angry, right? Because he knows he's going to get like a consequence, and people don't like to be without something that they need. So nature without her diadem or her crown. What do you think that means? Yes. Louder.
Nature's having a bad day.
Perfect. Nature's having a bad day. All right. So we're going to get ready to go to our seats. This carpet is crying from having you guys sit on top of it. And I would like you to walk on the floor, and hopefully it doesn't get hurt, and sit in your chair. Okay, so on the bottom of your page, it asks you what statement is this poem making about the subject. I'd like you to work on that by yourself, thinking about what we just discussed and how personification helped us understand that poem. Mark down responsible. He is so quiet in here. Maya's using process of elimination. Eyes on me. You are going to turn to your partner, tell them what you got on your answer.